Today is the last day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread on our Creator's restored calendar. I woke up this morning to His instructions for me to post this video with the question, where are your witnesses? And what would the two witnesses need to testify to in order for you to believe them? Another question for you would be, who are your witnesses that you use to testify to what you believe to be true? A witness testifies to either what is true, or they bear false witness and they testify to that which is false. Is the testimony for what you believe to be true found in what Saul of Tarsus and his followers Luke and Mark spoke? Or is the testimony for what you believe to be true found in what Yahweh's prophets, including His only begotten Son, spoke? You say that you believe that the writings of the prophets are the Most High's word, but most of your beliefs show that you follow wolves in sheep's clothing instead. Our Messiah said in John chapter 5, verse 45, "Do not think that it is I that accuses you unto the Father. It is Moses in whom you trust that accuses you." When Yeshua spoke this, He was telling them that the word that they claimed that they believed is what accuses them. He said that all will be judged by His Father's word in the last days. Yahweh's word testifies that His two witnesses were made in the image of His word. His first witness spoke that He was His Father's witness. He said this in John 18:37, "You ask how I am a king? Into this cause I was born, and into this cause I came into the world, in order to be a witness to the truth." The night before He said that the truth is His Father's word. Therefore He is telling Pilate that He was sent into the world to bear witness to His Father's word. All who are of the truth, He says, or all who are of His Father's word, hear my voice. Yahweh's two witnesses have testified that we are made in our Creator's perfect image through walking with Him in His word with the desire to become His righteousness. This is the testimony that Yahweh's two anointed witnesses have borne witness to. Are you looking for a different testimony than this? Yahweh's word testifies against your boy Saul, if you're following Saul of Tarsus. His word testifies against the false shepherds that teach Saul's blasphemous saved by grace apart from the works of the Torah doctrine. Did our Messiah teach such a doctrine? No. Did He ever say that we were saved by grace? No. He said things like, if you want to enter into eternal life, you have to follow behind Him. Following Him is walking as He walked, and He lived by His Father's every word. He lived His Father's Torah. He said things like in Matthew 13, "As therefore the tares are gathered and burned in the fire, so will it be at the end of this age. The Son of Man will send forth His angels, and they will gather out of His kingdom all who snare others." In other words, all who cause others to stumble at Yahweh's word. "And all of them that do lawlessness, those of you who live in violation of the Torah. And they will cast them into a furnace of fire, and there will be wailing and gnashing of teeth." He said things like in John 3:18, "He that believes into me, and He was made to be His Father's word in the flesh, therefore he that believes into His Father's word will not be condemned. But he that does not believe into His Father's word is condemned already, because he has not believed into the name of Yahweh's only begotten Son." The image of Yahweh's word is His righteousness that we are commanded to become. His word teaches us to become His righteousness. It testifies to His righteousness. In the verses describing His two witnesses, Isaiah recorded in Isaiah 42:6, "I, Yahweh, have named Him that which is just," or that which is righteous. He gave Yeshua His word for a name. The revelations of our Messiah to the Apostle John say so. "And I will strengthen His hand, and I will preserve Him, and He will be a light to the heathens, and give a covenant to the people." Yeshua said in Matthew 5:48, "You shall therefore be perfect in the manner that our Father that is in heaven is perfect." And in John 17:17 He says, "Father, sanctify them," or make them perfect in truth. Your word is truth. He told us that we cannot even receive His Father's Spirit to guide us into His word that perfects us unless we obey His commandments. Yeshua was asked point blank what we must do in order to enter into eternal life, and He gave the man who asked Him this question a point blank answer: keep or hedge about the commandments. Is the testimony that you believe into, is this testimony? Is this Saul of Tarsus' testimony? In the last couple of videos, I have spoken how Yahweh has sent both of his witnesses in the image of his word. Who else has ever declared such a work as Yahweh has sent our Messiah and myself to you to declare? And it is Yahweh's word that testifies to what both of his witnesses have spoken. The witness that I have been sent to you with lines up exactly with the prophecies that are recorded in his word. And the same thing is true with Yeshua fulfilling the prophecies that are recorded that testify to him. But you do not like the witness that I have been sent to you with, just like they did not like the first witness's testimony either. That's why they killed him. You are looking for smooth-talking witnesses who speak things that are in agreement with Saul's lies or in agreement with what you believe to be true, so that you can continue to justify your rebellion to the Most High. The reason why you do not believe that I am his witness is because my Father's true word is not abiding in you. Our Messiah told our ancestors the same thing. In John 5 verse 36, he said, I have a greater witness than that of John the Baptist, because the works which the Father has given me to accomplish are the same works that I do, that bear witness that the Father has sent me. Therefore the Father himself which has sent me has testified to me. You have neither heard his voice at any time, neither have you seen his image, his true image. You do not believe the one whom he has sent to you, because you do not have his word abiding in you. Search the scriptures, because you discern that in them they hold eternal life. You say that they're the truth, and they are that which testify on my behalf. In your rebellious, uncircumcised hearts, you are looking for two witnesses that match what you already believe to be true, instead of looking for two witnesses that are made in the image of Yahweh's word. You do not believe into the true image of his word. Therefore, you do not believe into his righteousness that his word testifies to. That is the image of his word. Therefore, you do not believe into the true name of his only begotten Son. Instead, you believe into make-believe images of his only begotten Son. The true image of his Son is his word. His word says so. I'll put your condemnation back up on the screen. John 3:18. He that believes into me, and he was made to be his Father's word in the flesh, therefore he that believes into his Father's word will not be condemned. But he that does not believe into his Father's word is condemned already, because he has not believed into the name of Yahweh's only begotten Son. Here is what the Most High's word says about his two witnesses in Zechariah 4. Then I answered and said to him, what are these two olives that are upon the right side of the candlestick and upon the left side thereof? And I answered again and said to him, what are these two olive branches that are beside the two golden pipes that the golden oil pours out from? And he answered me and said, do you not know what these are? And I said, no, Master. Then he said, these are the two anointed sons that stand upon the Master of the entire earth. In the preceding verses, he called these two anointed sons by name, Zerubbabel and Yeshua. Are these the witnesses who you are looking for? If not, what are the names of the two witnesses that you are looking for? And where are these names recorded in Yahweh's word? Some of you say that they are Enoch, or Elijah, or Moses. Granted, his word does testify that his second witness will be sent in the prophecy of Elijah, but where is it recorded in his word that the oil flows out through any of these three? His word declares that his two witnesses are given his 7 eyes, which are also his 7 spirits, according to his word. And his word also testifies that these 7 spirits or 7 eyes are the golden oil that flows out from the menorah, the golden candlestick. His word only testifies to 2 such servants by name, Yeshua and Zerubbabel. Are these the 2 witnesses that you are looking for? If not, where is the resume recorded for the ones whom you are looking for, recorded in Yahweh's word? His word says that the 2 witnesses are given the plummet line or the measuring reed that his temple was built with. The measuring line that both Yeshua and I have been sent to you with is our Father's word. Is this the measuring line that the 2 witnesses that you are looking for will have in their hands when you find them? If not, what measuring line are you looking for them to bear when they are sent? Yahweh's word declares that his 2 witnesses will be dead in Jerusalem for 84 hours, 3.5 days. Yeshua already fulfilled this prophecy on a physical plane. And the prophecy in Revelation refers to Jerusalem as spiritually, not physically. And I have already fulfilled this on a prophetic plane as well. But most of you want the Hollywood version of this prophecy instead. You think that there will be TV cameras fixed upon them for 3.5 days, like you saw in the movies. You choose to believe in the Hollywood rendering of this event instead of believing the testimony of Yahweh's anointed son and his other anointed son's prophecy when he said, Father, if there be any other way, how this tied in together with the 84-day prophecy following after the Feast of First, between the Feast of First Fruits and the last day of the Feast of Temporary Dwellings last year. Deuteronomy 13 says in verse 4, You shall walk after Yahweh Elohim, and fear him, and keep his commandments, with the statutes and judgments, and obey his voice, and serve him, and cleave unto him. If not, then dying you will soon die. If you continue to look for a different set of witnesses other than those whom Yahweh's word testifies to, you will soon run out of time to continue to look for them. You will soon find out that the images of the witnesses that you are looking for does not exist. His witnesses were made to be in the image of his word. His word is the unleavened bread of life. I started this video saying that today is the last day of his Feast of Unleavened Bread on his restored calendar. If I were you, if you did not observe this feast at its proper time according to its statutes and judgments and precepts, I would start seriously preparing to observe his Passover memorial and his feast at his backup appointed time that he gave to us in his word in the second month. It was on the 10th day of the second month that Noah was told to start loading the ark. And it is on the 10th day that you will need to set aside the Passover lamb or goat for the Passover on the 14th. This 10th day will be on April 27th on Satan's calendar. The time of man's error under the tutelage of the one whom you have chosen to follow, the deceiver himself, Satan, is coming to an end. And the vengeance of Yahweh's temple is at hand, and his witness against you has been established. Thus saith Yahweh Elohim.